Watch
Yeah, I got
live
the
now.
notification.
Yep. We should be live. I think we are live. Yes, we are live. Okay. Welcome along everyone for round one here in the SLR Assist League. A1 here in Australia for the first round of Season 5. My name is Ben Gallagher, and alongside me in the commentary box today is Mr. Barry Bregman. Say hello, Barra.
Hello.
Nice.
This is the first time.
Good job.
Bear with me, please. Bear with me, guys.
Yeah. First time in the commentary box for Barry, so take it easy on him.
Yeah.
So we have MPV Dusty on pole at the moment with a 20.3 on the ultra soft tyres. Alfie Jensen making the odd decision of going on to the softs.
Yeah, just for the first run, I think.
Yeah, probably, yeah. To get dialed in to the track. Ultra softs will be the main tyre to go on here, because it's a relatively easy one stop on the ultras. Then again, Thorium in Tier 1 there in the last race went and started on the supers and went and won the race. So
Yeah, he qualified in 4th, right?
he qualified 4th, yeah, and he stayed out of trouble. He did well.
Akil retired from session.
Yeah, he did. I'm not sure why that was. I imagine he crashed out of turn 12. That's usually the problem with most people.
Yellow flags in sector 2.
Yeah. And Montana with a 20
quickest.
flat. They could get into the 19s. Definitely Montana, I'd say, is capable of getting into the 19s. He's only 15 thousandths off it.
Yeah.
Tier 2 pole was a 19.7, I think. So I don't think they'll get that quick. But they might.
No,
I'm not sure.
I think so.
I mean, we're yet to really know the capacity of Montana, having only done the preseason race in Bahrain last week, which he won.
Yeah, I've already raced with him for a season in a different league, and basically he won, like all the time.
Yeah.
Beating me by around 30 seconds. So yeah, he's kind of quick.
He's very fast. You might recognize the name off the top of a lot of time trial leaderboards.
Yeah.
So you're about to see him in action today in SLR.
There goes Elmo with a 21.6 on the supers.
Yeah. The supers and ultras are somewhat close together. You'd rather be on the ultras, of course, but you can make the super softs work in the race. It's a very easy one stop on the supers. Tire management really isn't a problem if you go with that. You have to be careful towards the end of your ultra soft stint if you go with that sort of strategy. Yeah.
I'm gonna ride on board with Pavilion, I think it's what his name is.
Yeah.
He just started his lap for the turn 1. Nicely done. Does he go for third gear or second gear? That's the question here.
Not a second.
2, yeah. This is where Ben screwed himself over yesterday. Let's hope it doesn't rain in the race in a few moments. It's actually a tidy lap. Yellow in sector 1.
Sure he does.
Let's see the fast left-hander into 5th. Oh, he's taking it easy.
You can take 6th through there quite easily. Nice and light on the brakes there. You're up to 6th, and while we were on board at Pavilion there, Dusty jumped Montana by 0.02 of a second, so it'll be a bit of a battle here. I don't think Dusty was here for the pre-season race, so maybe Dobby was the man last week to challenge Montana, who many people fear will dominate this season. They're desperately searching for people to challenge him. Dusty might be one of them. At this point, he is. Dobby was the only person really to challenge him last week and still didn't beat him, unfortunately.
And let's see what my old nemesis Alfie Jensen is doing through the last corner. And he does a 21 flat.
That gets him up to
Third place.
the second
Nice
row
and
of the
soft.
grid, keeping Mockingwick's company. He's on the harder tyres as well.
Nicely done, indeed.
Indeed.
Yellow sector 3. It's fine now.
I need to be careful with cameras this time because I complained last time for switching too much.
Oh, yeah.
At the same time, I'm trying to find what happened in Sector 3. I'll find someone to ride on board with.
Let's see, Popeye's on his outlap.
Is Alfie doing another lap? I don't think so. He seems to be weaving.
No, there goes Mocking Weeks. Oh, he's backing off as well.
I think Neo might be. Looks like he is. 3 comments in the chat. I'm going to have a look at the chat to see what people are saying.
Justin's been sacked.
Justin has been sacked. Yeah, that
It's
happened.
a very weird sounding Justin right now.
Yeah, Justin.
Let's go on board with Neo through the last few corners. And he dives in the pits. Great.
Yes, Alfie Justin has been sacked. But let's not mourn. Let's.
Muggern! Ooh. Very wide.
So it's kind of that moment in qualifying where everyone dives into the pits and throws on their last set of tyres to go for that final run, where the track has the most rubber laid down. Yeah. So Nuffle now, the super soft tyres, is going to try.
Yeah, the 2 Ferraris just came out of the pits.
They did.
Lindsay and Zeros.
Zero competing for points for the first time since season 3, back on F1 2017. I'm interested to see how he does today on his return to SLR.
That's from Zeros?
Zero, yeah.
Ah.
So Nuffle is
Jensen
about to start a lap now.
Warming up his tires.
Or is he coming to the end of one? Yeah, Nuffle's starting a lap now, so we'll go on board with him for this lap on the super soft tyres in the Red Bull, trying to get up alongside maybe his Red Bull teammate of Alfie Jensen. A little bit slow through turn 1 there. He missed. He could have taken more curb, but down towards turn 3 here, braking just after the 100. It's a nice braking zone, drops down to first. Which is a bit low. Down to second there for the next one. He's revving this car like it's never been revved before for this first sector. Into sector 2 now. That's a bit of a slow sector 1. You want to be in the 26s, I've found. Down towards turn 9 now. To the long turn 10. Into the very scary 11 and 12. The left right down to 6, clip the curb on the inside, clip the curb on the inside again, 6th gear, that's what you want to take, up to 7th, down the straight,
Nicely done.
braking just after the 100 again, down to 4th, he missed the apex slightly there, but takes plenty, uses all the track on the outside. He can stay in 5th there, but he chooses to go to 4th. Down to 2nd here, it's a tricky acceleration zone here on this long right hander, you got to keep it tight and use all the track on the outside, he does so. He's out of VRS though, and he comes to the line and does line up alongside his teammate on the second row of the grid.
Alfie's on the lap as well. on the ultra softs this time.
10th and a half up through sector 1. Coming towards 11 and 12. Let's see how off he takes it in comparison to his teammate Knuckle. Down to 5th, which is a bit, in my opinion anyways, is a small bit low, and he pulls out of that lap. We'll jump back on board with Montana, who's starting doing a lap himself, trying to jump Dusty ahead of him. He doesn't have much to gain to take that pole position. Dusty is about to complete a lap as well, I think. No, he's on an out lap, so it's
starting his lap, yeah.
So we'll stay on board with Montana to see how he does, and then we'll just jump on board with Dusty to see if he can match. But Montana here coming into sector 3.
Morgan retired.
Morgan retires, yeah. Oh, Montana gets a bit loose on the exit there. Elmo up to 3rd in the meantime on the ultra soft tyres, but Montana around the penultimate corner here, and then around the tricky final corner, 4th gear. He's all the track on the outside. He's got plenty of it. He's out of ERS as well. And he takes pole position with a 19.6 by almost 3/10 actually. We'll jump on board Dusty now, coming through sector 2 now to see if he can match that lap. I will be surprised if he can, but I've been surprised before. Coming into sector 3 now, and turns 11 and 12. He's got Williams ahead of him. He'll try to get as much. He's retired. I'm not sure whether he got blocked by Elmo or not there, but we've got Mocking Weeks. Mocking Weeks up to 3rd. So the Red Bulls, instead of locking out the 2nd row, have locked out the 3rd row. And that will be your qualifying session. I think Cavillion is still on the lap.
Yeah, Cavillion, and that's the only one.
He's 2/10 down.
In the corner.
I don't think he'll improve. He might. I don't think he will though. No, he won't. I think no.
P8.
So that is your grid then. The start of round 1 here at Albert Park. I'm gonna check the comments to see if that the engine noises are a bit loud, because they might be. So there is your
first.
Then. You run through it, Barrett.
In first, it's Montana. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Over 3/10 quicker than MVP Dusty, which I still remember from last year. Very quick as well. Mocking Weeks in 3rd. Hell No Elmo, Alfie Jensen, Knuffelbeast, Neo, Cavillion, Zeros, and Yunsi completes top 10. And lower is Muggern, Peg G, Borer, Akil, Popeye, John Colonius, and Craggleton, which crashed out very early, I think.
Yeah, Craggleton, I think he crashed very early in qualifying, before the stream started, even. So yeah. That's your grid then, and we do not have dark skies, and we do not have any rain or water on the track. It's more than I can say for the Tier 2 race.
That
should provide. It wasn't really, and I doubt it would have been a very exciting race to watch, with everyone spinning and there being a lot of large gaps between the cars. Looking like a better race here in Tier 2. Tier 1 certainly has a lot to live up to after the Tier 1 race, which was quite entertaining, I have to say.
Yes, so indeed.
We have a few to load in yet, and we will begin the formation lap. So NSX Montana,
and it's a slow start.
has edged pole with quite a good lap. I think it's not quite the best lap we've had this weekend. I think Tier 1 might have just about beaten it. It was a very good lap
still,
for Montana.
For a lap with assists, it's impressive.
It is very impressive from Montana. Does still have a job to do to get after him in this race. I think if anyone's up to it, Dusty's up to it.
So, any predictions for your top 3?
Well, the obvious choice is Montana first.
Yes.
Dusty's always a good bet for a podium place. Mocking Weeks can be very consistent. If he can get, he's gotten involved in a few instances though. He's never lost that consistency, but a few instances he's gotten caught up and have cost him at times. You've got Elmo, Alfie Jensen, and Beast behind him though, who
On the
will be biting at his heels.
super softs, by the way.
That too. I should bring up the tires, tire and telemetry. There we go. They will be able to go longer. The super soft strategy seemed to work almost better, which surprised me a bit in previous races. So it will be interesting to see how that turns out. We've got a few battles further down the field as well. Craggleton and John Colonius, who crashed out qualifying, who do have the pace to be up in the upper half of the grid. So could be a bit interesting watching them come back up through the field.
In my top three are indeed Montana. I think Alfie's gonna get P2. And indeed Dusty in third.
Well, we've got 29 laps to watch until we find out. So they're lining up on the grid now. This is where the nerves start to set in as they all roll up, find that perfect parking space in the grid. Ahead of them will appear 5 red lights. Are yet to appear yet. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights appear in front of the drivers.
Ooh, drive-throughs
And they
already.
begin round run here in Australia in A1. And Montana's got a good start, but Dusty's alongside here into turn 1. Montana on the outside holds the lead. And Montana leads here from Dusty from Mocking Weeks. Alfie Jensen's got a great start. Williams alongside there of Alfie Jensen. Mocking Weeks nearly gets clipped. Elmo almost loses the front wing. Alfie Jensen on the outside. The front wing flying there further back. Alfie Jensen up to 4th there with a great start. There's a car gone wide there through sector 2. And Elmo pushed wide nearly by Beast, who aggressively shoves his way up the inside there. Elmo might have got damage. Neo's taken place from him. Zero's on the might get on the inside of Elmo here. Chooses not to.
Oh, he hits him.
Alfie's-
Jonesy at the back of Craggleton.
Alfie is got by Mocking Weeks here up to 3rd. Your prediction is looking quite wise here at this point, Barry.
It's looking, yeah.
Alfie
Well,
up
it's
to
only
3rd
lap 1.
with a great start from 6th on the grid. Neo also has had a good start. We have a rainbow of cars here coming into sector 3 on lap 1. It's great to see.
Big G on the outside. Oh, Jonesy, that's a bit heavy on the defending.
Loses a bit of front wing there. Does Packagey and Jonesy. Craggleton is ahead of them. He seems to have an alright car.
G, that's
Pavilion
my former
is-
teammate.
Let me
Pavilion right at the
see
back.
What's going on here up ahead? We'll go to Montana again, who's had as good a start as he could hope. He got a bit of a scare there from Dusty into turn 1. He had a good launch off the grid. But these two are already creating almost a 2-second gap from the field behind them. Alfie won't like that though. And they'll be after them, maybe trying to get ahead of Mocking Weeks, who won't want to lose any more positions after going backwards 1 already on lap 1.
And the whole field at around half a second of each other.
Yeah, it's from about 3rd down to 9th. It's very close. It's a bit of a train at the moment, which is great to see. Convicts Popeye crashed there at some point, or tired. Not sure what happened there.
And let's see, I think Craggleton has had a stonking start. Up 8 places already into P9.
Couldn't ask for much better than that. That's what he needed. Getting ahead of some of the arguably slower cars ahead of him. We've got Elmo on the back of Neo here coming towards the end of the lap.
Oh, Mocking Weeks right at the back of Alfie. And Knuffle 410s behind him.
We have Elmo
Shaping up to be a good fight.
further back. He might have a look down towards turn 3. He needs the exit out of turn 1 though if he's going to do that. He's got a decent exit. I don't think DRS is enabled yet. Or is it? It's not.
Yeah, from this lap on.
Elmo keeps DRS closed unless it's just my game. and Zero will be trying to capitalise on this. Who's had a reasonable start, I think. I forget where he started.
Oh, Neo runs wide. Hell no next to him.
I'm on the inside. Oh, Neil's a bit ahead,
Slight
but Elmo
touch.
gets the position as a result of the touch, and Zero might damage his front wing. He's on
Zero,
the outside here. He's
that's,
around.
yeah. And he's gone.
That's Zero out. I can't see Neo avoiding a penalty there. I'm not sure what happened. It might have been lag. It's a virtual safety car here.
Virtual safety car indeed.
So Montana.
So,
Will
turn
Montana,
down the engine.
the only thing, the thing you might be thinking of would be diving to the pits at this point. But the problem with the virtual safety car is it might last half a lap. They don't last very long, the virtual safety cars. They definitely need to start saving the engines right now. Montana stays out, Dusty will stay out as well, I imagine. I don't think anyone's going to go in at this point for the fear of the virtual safety car ending while they're in the pits. So we're kind of cruising around here.
Unity out of the Grand Prix as well. I kind of missed that.
Yeah.
DRS enabled and the safety car is gone again. Back up to speed.
Back up to racing speed. Green flag then. During that safety car, Dusty has opened the gap a bit to Alfie Jensen, who is still in this Haas sandwich, Haas Red Bull sandwich here, of Mockingly's, and Knuffle behind him. So
Sector 1, Sector 2 yellows. And Craggleton's out.
how did that happen? Right on board with Akil to have a look.
Oh, right,
He's hit the wall, yeah. Sounds like he's
Right
hit the
where you
wall
hit the
there.
wall as well, I think.
Yeah, that time. Hit the wall a lot that race, I don't know, it's kind of all blurry.
Let's see.
Knuffle right in the back of
Knuffle
Mockingly's
is
here.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Into sector 3, Mockingly's to the inside. Nothing might have a look anyways. He chooses the outside, late on the brakes. On the outside. It's a great move from
Nicely
Knuffle.
done.
Is that Muggern? Yeah, getting ahead of Craggleton's crash car. To Snuffle up to 4th. It's a great start from the two Red Bulls, who started 5th and 6th, have both jumped up. Knuffle's jumped 2 and Alfie's jumped 3, I think. Or 2. They both have a great start either way. Mockingly's going a bit more backwards than he would like. He's trying his hardest to stay with these Red Bulls.
Especially considering that the Red Bulls have the harder tires. So
yeah, that too. Given these next few laps, it'll be tricky for Mockingly because them super softs will slowly start to edge out and become the faster tyre as the ultra softs start to wear. Laps 7 to 9 is sort of the pit window for them ultra softs.
Montana gets his first penalty. 3-second time penalty for corner cutting, I'm imagining.
Alfie Jensen has opened the gap to his teammate while he battles Mockingly's. He's going to be going after Dusty now.
Hey, he's actually closing in on the leaders indeed.
He is. Alfie's proved before that he has what it takes to win. I mean, anything can happen in my eyes.
Well, he has what it takes to come second in the championship. So,
That's
sorry,
a
Alfie.
cheeky little dig there. That was nice. I respect that. But
let's see the gap. It's around 2 seconds. He's actually slowly but surely is gaining.
yeah, he will be in these next few laps. The super soft strategy definitely only an hour or so ago. Let's see how Alfie does and see if it'll help him close the gap to these two leaders here.
And Mockingly is also staying with him.
He is indeed. He's doing well to stay with those two Red Bulls on the super softs on what will be a more worn tyre at this point.
And the rest of the field is all kind of spread out already.
Yeah, the field's quite spread. An awful out.
Yellow in sector 3. Oh, Knuffel's out.
And where's that? He's
Binned it.
Yeah.
Right after the
turn 12.
after the left right.
Turn 12.
Yeah.
Claims another victim. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a killer, indeed.
That corner, yeah, that corner is a murderer.
Well, my prediction is still alive. So there's that.
It
Alfie's
is.
now 1.6 behind Dusty.
He will be after.
It'll be good for him to overtake him on track. Yellow sector
It will
3,
be, and it'll increase his chances of coming out ahead of him once he pits off those super softs as well.
Pavilion has spun. Last corner. Back up to speed now. And already 5 drivers out.
Yeah, that's tends to be a race of attrition at Melbourne. Tends to be a lot of drivers out. Walls are very close, of course.
Well, I think it's best to stay with the battle between Dusty and Alfie in a moment. Also, Elmo is starting to creep up on Mocking Weeks.
He is, yeah, the Williams driver. Let's see how that goes. Mocking Weeks will be starting to struggle. He could pit this lap. Let's see. Dusty into the pits.
Well,
Montana
Dusty's in.
stays out.
Oh,
Mocking
5
Weeks
seconds
stays
stop
out.
and go for Dusty.
That's a silly
Speeding in the
mistake
pit
to
lane.
make. So, Dusty in the box. Anyone else pit? So Dusty pits the earliest of the ultra soft runners here. He's onto the super softs. So that could mean a 2-stop for Dusty.
Yeah, he's gonna do a 2-stop then.
That will be interesting. I don't think I've seen anyone try that in the few races I've seen this weekend. So that'll be interesting to see how that works out. I can see Mocking Weeks, Elmo and Neo pitting this lap, so. Those
And
ultras
Montana
will
as
be
well,
screaming.
I think.
And Montana, probably. He seems to be losing a small bit of time to Alfie Jensen at this point, and that is his cue to pit.
Just doing his thing to the left and right. Past the wreckage of Knuffel, I guess, from a few laps ago.
Wreckage of his teammate, yeah. Dusty gets
Dusty gets the penalty.
He's got a lot of penalties there in the last few seconds there. That's Dusty.
I'm gonna take a look at the penalties. Let's find out. Montana has warning, penalty, +2 warnings and warning. So that's quite a lot for him actually. Not used to that for him.
Over and out. Someone else, yeah, you've got Montana, Mocking Weeks and Elmo and Neo in the pits. So Alfie Jensen takes the lead now. Montana will be going for the overcut in these next few laps. He's going to have to set some fast ones because Alfie was gaining time on him until he pitted. Whether he'll keep gaining time on him, we'll have to wait and see. So Dusty comes out in third, Montana out in second. The two Force Indias will get ahead of Mocking Weeks here. Which
only
is
just
by a car length or 2 or 3. Elmo comes out behind Mocking
Elmo
Weeks
is
and Neo. It's a good bit behind.
Elmo is also on the super softs, by the way.
So that's another fella on the 2-stop strategy. It'll be interesting to see how that turns out. I haven't actually seen a car do that this weekend yet.
Quite unusual, yeah. All right, let's see if Alfie can maintain the gap of 18.5 seconds to Montana.
Pavilion jumps his teammate.
He needs around 21 seconds, I think, to make a safe pit stop.
Yes.
Ooh, and the Force Indias, what are they doing?
They're battling in a place you really shouldn't be battling down here at turn 11 and 12. This could end in tears.
Hits the back.
Mocking Weeks has lost a bit of front wing. Does Elmo get him? Mocking Weeks could have trouble braking here into turn 13.
Pavilion with a
very safe. Pavilion wide. Akil, nearly takes Mocking Weeks with him. And there's a lot of jamming on the brakes there and just worrying. Alfie Jensen stays out.
And Elmo to the inside,
This lap.
and he gets him.
And Mocking stays out with that little front wing damage I imagine he got. Cavillion has managed to stay out of trouble. Does he have damage? I don't think he has damage. Does
No, I don't think so.
damage? I think Mocking has lost a few little pointy bits in his front wing.
And Cavillion is doing alright, by the way. With his 9 lap ultra softs.
He didn't want to keep them going for that long. I think he's the only one to hold them for that long. Keeping ahead of his teammate who was on probably faster tyres at this point. That's quite surprising. He's been very kind to his tyres.
Alright, let's see what Elmo's gonna do. Safety car.
Dusty out. Dusty's out.
Dusty's out.
Oh no. Going for the 2-stop, going for the win maybe, and he's out. He's out of the race, and we've got a safety car here. This could change the race.
Also in the left and right.
This could win Alfie Jensen this race. If he jumps onto the softs now, we'll almost get a free pit stop.
Yeah, I'd do that if I was him. Let's see if he does.
So
oh, he's already
Montana.
at the back of the safety car.
This has quite screwed Montana here. If this had came 2 laps earlier, Montana could have the win sealed, but he doesn't get the advantage of having a free pit stop here.
But Alfie is behind the safety car already, so he
so if
he binned it.
Montana Dusty binned it, I'm not sure what happened. I'll go on board the Borrow to try and see the wreckage of Dusty. It was turn 12 again, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was turn 12. I can see the debris there. Yeah. So a second victim in as many races.
Nah, I think Montana's won it because Alfie is behind the safety car
he's
right
gonna
now.
catch the safety car before Alfie gets to the pits. Yeah. So this, well, it's kind of screwed Alfie then, because now Alfie doesn't get the overcut, and this could give Montana the win here.
I didn't actually see it, but I think Alfie was just right next to the pit entrance when the safety car was being called out.
That's unlucky there from Alfie. They could have challenged for the win here, but he'll have to pit again, and they'll end up 20 seconds behind Montana, who will be have a very big smile on his
Elmo
face.
has made another stop, by the way.
Elmo's pitted. A lot of cars are pitted there, and I saw a few front wings being changed. So this could mean a bit of a fight for the podium. There's a lot of drivers there that pitted on fresh tyres. There'll be a lot of cars going faster than they would be normally without the safety car. So let's see who's pitted. Borob's pitted, Mockingwix is pitted, Elmo and Cavillion.
Yeah, only Akil and Alfie need to pit, and Alfie's doing that right now. Akil is gonna go on.
Yeah, he'll lose less time than he would, but he'll still be behind Montana, which is not what he wanted. Very unlucky from Alfie.
Yes, unlucky indeed. However, is he still out in P4?
I don't think so.
Because he's just coming out of the pits now. Here comes Cavillion, indeed. And Elmo... Oh, he still comes out of P6. That's decent.
Yeah. Could have been so much more for Alfie though, but he's on no safety car. So this could spice this race right up.
Yes, indeed. Akil with a lovely red 1 bar. Let's hope that doesn't come into play later.
That is the nature of Indian internet, I imagine.
Indian internet, yeah.
Comment. Let me have a look.
Ewok from Endor says, Justin, no, why? God, why do thou always taketh the good ones first? What a comment. Comment of the season.
That will be comment of the season. On round 1.
And Alf Jensen indeed says the safety car was called out as soon as I passed the pit box.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's unlucky.
Just terribly unlucky. He can still fight for a good result because he's got some old soft runners ahead of him. Got the likes of Akil and Peki. Still have the advantage, but he could have had so much more of an advantage. He wouldn't have needed an advantage, he would have been ahead of them already.
Yeah.
If only luck was on his side today, but you can only work with what you've got in this sport.
Well, anything can happen still.
Safety car stays out for another lap.
I'm gonna fix myself a drink, so I'm exiting the commentary box for a moment. Be right back.
See you in a minute. So, John Colonius has left the session, so that's why he's not there. So we've only 9 cars left out of the 17 we started with. So more people have died than did in Tier 1. New record for retirements in a race. This weekend anyways. I imagine there's a decent chance we will break that record again at times this season, but that's not why we watch. We watch to see who will win the championship. Montana's in the favoured position here. Akil in a place he mightn't quite be very used to, under the rear wing of the leader of the race.
Alfie almost spins it.
Trying to keep them tyres hot can be tricky on going at the speed.
Safety car in this lap.
Right, so we will get back racing. We're coming around the final corner of this lap. The safety car will pull away from the grid, from the field now, and the lead car will basically take the place of the safety car and dictate the pace for the rest of the lap and choose when to go. Actually, no, not in this game. You just get a green light and then you go. So Montana then into hot lap mode. Engine turned right back up to max once again after quite the long safety car. I think it was 2 or 3 laps. That safety car was out. They will get rolling again momentarily. Green light.
There we go.
And away they go again. DRS enabled. There's quite a gap between the top 3 and the rest of the field at the moment. Neo's going to have a look here on Akil down towards turn 1. Lay on the brakes. Does he make the move stick? He does. Quite a bit.
Job.
Akil would have had to brake a bit earlier on more worn tyres. But is that Neo making another mistake? No, it's not. Have a look further back the field here. See, has to be
Alfie right
inside
at the back
there.
of Pavilion. He goes to the inside.
Alfie to the Alfie makes the move on the pavilion. You would have
He's
expected
still on
that.
the in. Yeah, I get him.
Mocking Weeks has made the move on his task teammate Borob, and he's on the back of Elmo now. Package's run wide, or he's lost the back end a small bit in the Sauber. Elmo and Mocking Weeks will be biting at his heels now. Is that a Elmo to the inside? Oh, that could be bad.
Elmo,
I think that's
slight
damage.
touch.
Oh, Mocking Weeks into the
Mocking Weeks gets
wall.
pinned.
Mocking Week's been put on the wall by Elmo there. I don't think he saw him. There's a lot of cars
That's a
around
shame.
Elmo there. I just don't think he saw him. Mocking Week's very unlucky
And
there.
Border says, thank you very much.
So that is where you are now. Akil has lost position to Alfie Jensen. Alfie Jensen is off like a rocket here. After pitting onto the fresh tyres during the safety car, he'll be after Neo now. And pretty soon after that, he'll be after Montana. We know from last season Alfie Jensen doesn't like to lose. He wasn't quite happy to lose the championship last season, only finishing second. But we will see how he does
once
this
again,
race.
mate. And he's right on the back of Neo.
Down towards turn
Is he
3.
gonna go
This
for
is
the
the best
dive?
chance he's going to get to the outside. Neo squeezes him right up to the white line and holds the position.
Excellent defending, but then this is a questionable line. This is not the place for 2 cars. Ooh, and
Oh, Alfie's nearly lost it. He's held it together, but he's damaged his front wing there on the
Yes,
outside
he did.
wall. It could get swallowed up by the two Force Indias here. We'll see how it goes.
Just a bit too greedy, I think.
A little
If
bit.
he waited one straight, then he could have had him.
On fresher tyres by 3 laps, he probably would have gotten Neo eventually there, but being a bit impatient, quite anxious to get after Montana, I'd imagine, like I said, because this is a driver that does not like losing. Let's see if Akil makes a move on him here. He covers the inside. He'll have to pit this lap. If he does, he should go onto the super soft tyres. And he'll go back, maybe. He could go back to the back of the grid after the safety car.
Pavilion hits PKG.
Oh, PKG, yeah. Yeah, Alfie into the
PKG
pits.
right at the back, and Alfie in the pits. That's a shame, once again.
So, PKG could have a look here down towards turn 3 if he gets the exit out at turn 1. Not
Mocking Weeks
really.
next to Elmo, by the way.
Oh yeah,
He's
Elmo
gonna
on the
get him right
inside.
the outside.
Ooh, Elmo
Elmo
squeezes,
cuts him off.
Mocking Weeks locks up. I don't know if he damaged the front wing there of Mocking Weeks. I don't think he did.
Doesn't look like it.
So we have a few cars very close together here. PKG, Akil and Pavilion, as well as Burrow behind them.
Meanwhile, Montana has pulled a gap of 10 seconds already to Neo. So, yeah. GG.
Yeah, that could be the difference there. Alfie seemed like the only one that could have caught him, but Neo on maybe not quite the pace.
Together with MVP.
Yeah,
but he binned it. So.
Yeah, it's.
And Montana picks up another time penalty, by the way. It's quite a lot for him.
Well, he's got the gap, so I don't know. It could make a difference. We'll see what happens as he sets the fastest lap of the race. The Force India's Sauber and the Haas has damage. He's hit PKG there into the penultimate corner. He's got front wing damage, so he'll struggle on the exit. Sauber to the inside. Mocking Weeks might have a look here on Elmo.
Let's go on board with Elmo.
Oh, PKG's on the inside of Borob.
He gets him, but only just.
PKG gets him. Elmo Mocking Weeks to the outside of Elmo. Doesn't quite get alongside. Elmo might have a look on the two of them here. He'd be brave. He doesn't. Borob to the inside. PKG almost off the track. These two behind him, the Williams and the Sauber, Mocking Weeks and Elmo, would be itching to get past this pair. Mocking Weeks might have gotten front wing damage there. Again. Hard to know. Let me have a look. I don't think he did.
The battle's heating up. 12 laps to go. in the comments, Knuffelbeast, kill me please.
Yeah, well, turn 12 answered yes.
It can only go better next week, right?
It can only go better next week, or it could go worse.
Is it gonna be 3 wide?
Oh, it's
Elmo.
2 by 2 there, into turn 13.
And Elmo gets him.
Mocking Weeks on the inside. He pushes him.
He leaves him the room.
Sorry about that camera. PKG is lost out there. He nearly loses it on the curve. We jump on board Mocking Weeks here as PKG falls back a small bit to Elmo, and Mocking Weeks have DRS here. We'll go on board with Elmo as he goes down the inside. He's ahead down into turn 1. Mocking Weeks will try to get cut back on his teammate. He's spun.
He spun him off.
I don't think that was desync. It might have been on his screen, but that looked like just Borob not really knowing that his teammate stuck his nose down the outside.
Mocking Weeks did hang on in there on the outside of the corner, but then Borob just
sort of cut him off.
Straightened his wheel.
It's unfortunate for Borob, who is out of the race. No, he's not. I'm surprised at that because he had hit the wall at 300 kilometers an hour. But Mocking Weeks here on the back of Elmo. They're dropping like flies
not something
here
you can
out
walk
of this
away
battle.
from.
Yeah, out of this four-way battle. Well, it was a four-way battle. Like fourth place here in this race. Mocking Weeks 2
right at the back.
The outside. Elmo goes deep.
Oh,
Mocking Weeks
Elmo.
might look for the switch back here.
Way
Elmo's
too
onto the
wide.
dirt, and Mocking Weeks gets the switch back, and he's up to 4th place. 7 seconds behind Cavilian in
job.
3rd. It's a nice move from Mocking Weeks, but Elmo could come back here. He's on similar tyres, so let's see how that goes. He's low on ERS here, coming out into the back straight though, so he might lose a small bit of time. But DRS might help him keep up low. The battles are slowly fizzling out here. We're running out of stuff to talk about.
Is Mocking Weeks on the super soft for you?
So he's on the super softs. Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So that means they both have 8 lap old tires.
Yeah.
But Mocking Weeks has the super soft. So maybe later on in the race, Elmo can get him back.
I imagine at some point, if Mocking Weeks is on the 8 lap old super softs, he might jump onto some ultra softs at some point. Maybe. I don't know. It seems like a bit of a waste of the super softs to do that, but it'd be really hard to take them to the end. Softs, however, will make it easily. I think. Maybe.
Yeah, I think he has to stop again.
He will, I'd say, or I'll start
Mocking
losing
Weeks gets a
time.
penalty.
I might check penalties. So Montana has two penalties. Neo has a stop-go. Cavilian has only 1 warning. Mocking Weeks, that was Mocking Weeks' only penalty. So yeah, I'm not going to...
How can you get 4 warnings and then a penalty? That's weird.
I don't really know. This game has done weirder things, I know that.
That's true, yeah.
Isn't turn 1 goes Mocking Weeks now. Borob is on fresh super softs. I imagine he pitted after losing all of his front wing.
After getting binned, basically.
Getting ended.
Now most of the drivers are 2.5 seconds apart. Except for Montana, who's just walking away with this, really.
He kind of is,
15
yeah.
seconds to Neo right now.
Like you said, the only people who
So
really
my
could have challenged him crashed or
Yeah.
got unlucky with a safety car. So that's kind of his race, really.
True.
You were saying?
That, there's not much going on right now.
Yeah.
But we don't know. It might heat up, and my predictions are gone through the window.
Yeah.
Actually, Cavilian, after that bottle at the first lap, he's doing great in P3.
He is indeed the Force India. Qualified a good bit further back. He'll be happy to be on the podium at the moment, but he's got Mocking Weeks behind him at the moment. I don't think Mocking Weeks will quite challenge Cavilian, who will be going to the end. Mocking Weeks will have to stop again, or he'll almost risk a puncture on them super softs if he tries to go to the end.
Spec G pits after taking his softs 17 laps. So that promotes Alfie in P6 again. But still 13 seconds to go to Elmo and the rest. So yeah.
Pick G goes on to the supers. He could almost jump onto ultras there, but interesting decision there. Keel gets ahead of him by quite a margin. Abstinence back in 6th. That's the best he could
Akil
really
as
hope
well.
for.
Oh, Akil almost bins it. Touches the wall.
Yeah, through that tight section between sort of turns 3 and 6. It can be very easy to hit the wall there if you're struggling for grip.
Gap is now 18 seconds for the leader.
He really is running away with it today, as he did in pre-season.
Yeah, same old for him, I think.
I'd say he's used to winning at this point, having pace like that.
Yeah, he is.
Hopefully the likes of Dobby, who was here in pre-season but was absent today, the likes of Alfie, the likes of Dusty, can challenge him towards the following rounds of the season, because no one likes when one driver dominates It's kind of bad for the excitement of the whole thing. As Alfie picks up a 3-second penalty at turn 1 there, he just ran it on the curb.
Just ran wide. Yeah, the gaps are all spreading actually. It's now 5 seconds to for Cavillion. And 5 seconds behind him is Mocking Weeks. 5 seconds behind him is Elmo. So it's all nicely spread out.
The field is spread by almost a lap at this point from Borup up to Montana. So it's quite spread out at this point.
Borup has just been overtaken by Montana indeed. Let's see if he does an Ocon on Verstappen in Brazil.
That would certainly spice things up. He's got DRS. No.
Yeah, not much going on at the moment.
Not a whole lot.
Oh, Mocking Weeks in the pits.
Yeah, he would have had to stop anyways. So how far back does he drop? He'll drop behind Elmo anyways. Alfie Jensen will probably get him as well.
behind him as well.
So Akil is the threat right now.
So it's basically damage limitation for Alfie.
That it is. He's someone to get up to 5th after getting unlucky with the safety car. Akil comes out, or Mocking Weeks even comes out just behind Akil. But he should get him here because he's on newer, softer tyres. We'll see how that develops. He's only less than 2 seconds behind.
And I'm seeing the gap coming down for Alfie as well to Elmo. It was like 11 seconds and now 8.5. So he's still doing a great job.
He is. He's got good pace on them soft tyres so far. I'll be surprised if he catches him.
Alfie is running low 24s. And Elmo is running 26s. Wow.
So that.
That's 2 seconds a lap, so that could be interesting in the final laps of the race.
Very interesting. But Mocking Weeks, at the same time, is only has gained 4/10 since he left the pits on Akil. Interesting to see how that develops. We have 2 battles that could be developing here towards the very end of the race, which is always good. Just hoping no one bins it.
Yeah, that's always good to see. Well, not the binning part, but you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Is he gonna be within a second? No, no DRS yet.
Mocking Weeks says he will have DRS after turn 1, down towards turn 3. If he gets the exit here, he could have a look at Akil down towards turn 3. He's closing quite fast. I don't think he used DRS.
No DRS yet.
But he'll pull
Well,
to
there's
the
only
outside
one
either way.
detection point.
Oh, that's one. Okay. So Akil here is all over the road. Mocking's trying to find a way to place stick his nose alongside.
I would say don't do an LP. Don't be too aggressive or too
He needs to be
eager.
patient here. He's got 4 laps to do it, so he's plenty of time. He might have a look to the inside here though. Chooses to wait.
And half a bar of ERS. So yeah, that's a no-brainer.
Coming to on the exit at turn 12 here, you want to kick that engine up into overdrive if he wants to get past Akil. As much time as he does have to make the move, he ideally likes to get it done quite quickly to the inside. Akil is kind of not sure where he wants to go, but he goes to the inside in the end. Mocking Weeks to the outside, doesn't get the move done.
He lets him live.
He lets him live this day. Down the back straight though, if Mocking Weeks has a good exit out of the final corner.
Runs wide.
Akil misses the apex of that corner. Mocking Weeks nearly touches him. He'll have DRS here down towards turn 1. He should get him in the drag race. And he gets the position before the corner after Akil's not optimum exit out of the final corner.
Nicely done, P6. That's
so
also a maximum for him, I think.
Is Alfie, whether he will catch Elmo or not.
It's already down to 5.5 seconds. Since he's doing a great job. I'm gonna check out the whatchamacallit,
Comments?
penalties for
no penalties. Yeah,
Elmo has only 1 warning.
That's very good.
And Alfie has a penalty. So Yeah,
So if he does get
he has to
him,
overtake him and get a 3-second gap.
or Elmo's cut the track twice,
True.
and then they'll be on level pegging. And even then, Alfie has to close 5.5 seconds in 3 laps.
Fastest lap for Montana, by the way. 23.4 with 17 lapped all tires. That's quite impressive again.
Quite indeed. Must be being very kind to those tires if he's still doing those sort of laps. He really was on another level today, was Montana. The only people that could challenge him,
like we said before,
crashed.
like we said before, indeed, all the challengers binned it, basically.
Yeah, Alfie, there's not a whole lot that Alfie could have done about what happened to him. He just got unlucky at the safety car, but turn 12 claimed Dusty's chances of challenging for the win.
It's now 3.8 seconds, and Cavillion is slowly creeping up on Neo as well. 3.3.
Slowly but surely. Montana's still sitting 24s, I think. So that's great pace.
And Cavillion has no penalties, and Neo has a stop and go and a penalty. So he's gonna lose second place, I think.
He might just do, yeah. If he had just a penalty, he'd probably lose it anyways.
Yeah, and the stop and go as well, so that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Alfie only 3.2 back from Elmo now with 2 laps to go.
Are we gonna see a last ditch overtake?
I certainly hope so. That would be very exciting.
Spice something up, indeed.
We could do
Mocking Weeks now with the fastest lap.
That's them ultra soft, so he's been trying out.
And it's only 2/10 quicker than Montana on the 18 lap old soft.
Yeah, it just shows the pace. He's gonna win it by nearly 30 seconds in the end, I imagine, on that pace.
Damn, indeed.
Alfie down to 2 seconds, so he should catch Elmo here as well. Whether he can keep that position with penalties, he just gotta go at it with hammer and tongs now in these last few laps.
Just all guns blazing.
Yep, gotta give it all he's got, because I mean, he has 5th to lose, but that won't really mean anything to Alfie, because
no,
he'd rather risk losing 5th to get 4th.
Cavillion is doing the same, by the way. 1.6 seconds. Neo.
Just could have a pair of battles here coming onto the final lap. We're gonna watch Alfie because he's closer.
Just a tad, yeah.
If he's going to catch him, he's going to catch him towards the final part of the lap, which is not where you want to catch him because it's tricky to overtake in that section of the track. But through turn 1 he goes, takes it quite well. Does Alfie.
Use the first sector to get close to him, and then just wait for the last lap, I think. Because his ERS is down as well, at 14%.
That it is.
Don't know about fuel.
Needs to save up his ERS here while just keeping it tidy through
Elmo is saving it up as well.
Yeah, they're both saving up all their juice for that final lap battle that's most likely going to happen at this point. In the meantime, Cavillion's closed in 4/10 on Neo, as you were saying.
6/10 to go for Alfie.
Elmo was a bit slow there through turns 11 and 12. He closed the gap here. He won't quite get him through the sector, but down the main straight, he'll certainly like to have a look.
ERS on 0, as you should. Ooh, Elmo runs wide.
That's not what he needs right now.
It's a nice line from Alfie, by the way, and he's right at the back of him now.
Elmo gets a great exit though, but the DRS and overtake mode might take the position. Elmo goes to the inside. Alfie will have the exit as a result. Elmo does well defending. He kind of compromises Alfie's exit a small bit, but gets the run anyway.
And Elmo gets a penalty. That's even more important.
That's the penalty there. We'll talk about that. Oh, Alfie to the outside.
Off to the outside. Oh, he lets him.
Oh,
he
he's
does
leaving.
not let him live.
He's not giving him much space there. Elmo does not want to give up that position one bit. Very close here.
He has to work for it.
You want that position, you're going to have to work for it, Alfie. Let's see what you can do.
Quickly take a look at Cavillion. He's also right at the back of Neo. And I forgot that Montana has finished. Montana, congratulations for the first race of the season.
Yeah, Montana, he's that far ahead.
Alfie, Alfie! Oh, around the outside.
Oh, he's going to go around the outside to turn 11. What a move! What a move for Alfie Jensen. Right around the outside at a corner that you're a madman to overtake on. To be perfectly honest. Respect. That is quite a move. In the meantime, apologies, but Montana has just kind of run away with the race. Fair play to him. He was on another class really to everyone else in the field. And some great battles further back. I think Neo would have lost the position to Cavillion anyways. Yeah, on penalties. So it's Cavillion second.
Oh yeah.
Neo gets third place.
Elmo,
and Alfie snatches Elmo's fourth place away,
right away.
at the very last moment. With that spectacular move at turn 11.
What a move indeed.
You will not see that every day. Mockingbirds gets 6th. He'll be a bit disappointed with that after qualifying on the second row and third. But that was the first round here in A1. The SLR Assists League. That was a very good race.
Yeah, indeed.
So up stands Montana for the second week in a row. He proved himself in pre-season. He's proved himself once again where it counts, where there's points on offer. He takes the lead of the championship by winning here at Albert Park. And we begin.
I got a feeling that we're going to see that Swiss flag on the top step.
I have a feeling we will. So that begins season 5 then. That ends the weekend of racing here in SLR with Tier 1, Tier 2 and A1. NSX Montana wins, just final classifications from Cavillion, Neo, Alfie, Jensen, Elmo, Mockingweeks, Akil, Pakaji, Borob, and they were the finishers. And then Strong Colonius, Dusty, Muggern, B, Nuffle, Craigleton, Zero, Jonesy, and Convicts, who DNF'd that race. But that was round 1. Be sure to join us next week. Earlier times, they did a Tier 1 is at 5 next week, and A1 is at, I think it might be, I'm not sure exactly, but it's a bit earlier than it was this week.
7, right?
Yeah, 7. Yeah, to be pushed forward a small bit because of the real life Grand Prix in Bahrain. But that has been your race, and that's been your weekend of racing. I hope you all enjoyed. We certainly did. I've been Ben Gallagher. This has been Barra, and we will see you next week.
See you then. Bye.